Ambe Steels, J Bancha, Diko Bancha. Pentagon International College, Tinkune, Kathmandu, where excellence prevails. Real, Jamghar jahan real party pack tyahan.
Proud to be associated with Kantipur News.
A major shake-up in the federal cabinet as the Minister for Federal Affairs and General Administration resigns. Meanwhile, political maneuvering hits up with parties like Janata Samajwadi and Nagarik Unmukti eyeing a return to government, and former President Bidya Devi Bhandari showing interest for political return. In the legislature, the National Assembly has started deliberations on the citizenship bill. And in Darchula's Dumling area, a man is missing after falling into the Mahakali River while using a traditional cable crossing. Stay with us for these stories this evening here on Kantipur News. Good evening, I am Aprila Ghising Lama, and these are the headlines of the hour. Minister for Federal Affairs Rajkumar Gupta resigns after allegation of bribery. Opposition lawmakers demand immediate arrest. Bhagwati Nyupane appointed to the post. Central Investigation Bureau begin probe into a group accused of forging documents to send individuals to a United Nations event in Spain. Sudanese War Monitor Emergency Lawyers Group accuses Rapid Support Forces of killing about 300 people, including pregnant women and children in North Kordofan. And Nepal to face Sri Lanka in the SAF Under-20 Championship this evening. Match delayed by half hour due to rain to 7:15 p.m. Nepali time. Welcome back. Minister of Federal Affairs and General Administration Rajkumar Gupta, who was implicated in a bribery negotiation case, has resigned from his position. Minister Gupta made his resignation public through social media. He submitted his resignation to the Prime Minister. Gupta stated that his name had continuously been linked to the bribery case over the past few days and mentioned that he had fallen victim to such a situation. He said he resigned to facilitate an investigation into the allegations and help uncover the truth. He also claimed that he had been a victim of technological manipulation. Furthermore, he expressed his commitment to fulfill the responsibilities given by his party with a stronger sense of duty toward the nation and its people, and to return to working closely with the public. After the issue surfaced, Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli summoned Minister Gupta to Balwata yesterday for questioning. An audio recording had been made public, allegedly revealing a negotiation involving a bribe of 2.5 million Nepali rupees to appoint someone as a chairperson of the Land Commission in Kaski, and 5.3 million rupees to stop the transfer of the chief of the Kaski Land Revenue Office. Meanwhile, CPN-UML's Bhagwati Nyupane has been appointed as the Minister for Federal Affairs and General Administration. Now, moving on, opposition lawmakers have demanded the immediate arrest and investigation of Minister of General Administration Ramkumar Gupta, who is implicated in a bribery negotiation case, saying that merely resigning from his post is not enough. In today's meeting of the House of Representatives, members of the National Independent Party and the Rashtriya Prajatantra Party also demanded an investigation and action against other ministers allegedly involved in the case.
यदि उहाँ दोषी हुनुहुन्छ भने मन्त्रीबाट राजीनामा होइन, सांसद पद नै खारेज गर्नुपर्छ, किनकि जनताले मन्त्री र सांसदहरूलाई घुस खानको लागि चाहिँ निर्वाचित गरेको होइन। के मन्त्रीले तपाईको राजीनामा दिने बित्तिकै समस्या समाधान हुन्छ? मन्त्रीलाई तत्काल पक्राउ गरियोस् र छानबिन गरियोस्। त्यति मात्र होइन, अन्य मन्त्रीहरूको नाम निकल्छ, उनीहरूलाई मात्र छानबिन गरियोस्।
तर यतिले मात्र हुँदैन, अरु मन्त्रीहरू पनि पोलिएका छन्। यो गम्भीर विषयमा सत्य तथ्यको निष्पक्ष छानबिन होस् र दोषी उपर सख्त कारबाही यथाशीघ्र होस्।
Ruling party CPN-UML lawmaker Padam Giri stated that the public has grown increasingly disappointed and disillusioned due to the government's failure to ensure good governance. Lawmakers also drew the government's attention to the suffering of farmers due to a lack of irrigation during the planting season, the government's failure to provide fertilizer, and the slow pace of development work. Now the police have initiated an investigation into a group accused of preparing fake documents to send individuals to a United Nations event in Spain. The Central Investigation Bureau CIB has formed a team under the leadership of SSP Hobindra Bogati. The Bureau will investigate whether anyone was defrauded by being sent to the program attended by the Prime Minister in exchange for money. It will also probe those who created fake documents claiming to participate in the event. During the Prime Minister's visit, it was found that 33 individuals had entered Spain on tourist visas and 49 others had reportedly gone there to participate in the program. According to immigration data, only 4 of the 49 had returned by a week after the event. Among the 33 who went on tourist visas, only 2 had returned during that same period. The police will investigate complaints from those who claim to have been deceived by brokers after paying money. Similarly, the CIB suspects that the documents prepared for those claiming to participate in the event may be fake and will investigate accordingly. Those who traveled using fake documents may be charged with human trafficking, and if it is found that money was taken fraudulently, a fraud case will also be pursued. Now, former Prime Minister and Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba has stated that the suspension of share issuance for hydropower projects should not continue. He emphasized that halting power purchase agreements and public share offerings hinders the construction and timely development of these projects. Speaking at the 23rd Annual General Meeting of the Independent Power Producers Association of Nepal, IPAN, energy producers expressed concern that prolonged delays by the Securities Board in approving share issuance have obstructed project progress. They stressed the need for facilitation in order to meet the national target of generating 28,500 megawatts of electricity by 2035. In response to these concerns, Deuba urged that restrictions on share issuance be lifted. Producers also raised issues regarding the Ministry of Forests, stating that it has created bottlenecks in project development. Addressing this, Deuba noted that international treaties limit the ministry's ability to grant easy approval, but he called for more flexibility in the process. Energy advisor to the Prime Minister, Agni Kharel, pointed out that infrastructure development will remain stalled unless the Ministry of Forests adopts a more flexible approach. Former Energy Minister Janardhan Sharma suggested extending the required commercial operation date RCOD for developers who have been unable to complete projects on time.
उत्पादकहरूले आरसीओडी का कुराहरू उठाउनु भएको छ, कतिपय योजनाहरू अलपत्र परेका छन्। ती योजनालाई विभिन्न समस्याहरू, कोभिड लगायतका तमाम समस्याहरू हामीले बेहोरेकै छ। अरू क्षेत्रमा छ त ऊर्जा क्षेत्रले किन पाउँदैन? किन म्याद थपिदैन ऊर्जा मन्त्रीज्यू? तपाईलाई केले छेकेको छ त्यो म्याद थप्नमा? के त्यहाँको लगानी अब त्यसको त्यो सरकारले क्षतिपूर्ति दिन सक्छ त? तपाईलाई केले रोकेको छ? समयमा पिपिए गर्नका लागि किन यसलाई थाती राखेर गइन्छ? यी कुराहरू सरकारले जुन खालको कुरा गरिरहेको छ यो ठीक छैन। यसलाई तत्काल सच्याइयोस्।
क्षेत्रका पिपिए नगर्ने भन्ने नेपालमा निजी क्षेत्रलाई चाहिँ अगाडि बढाउनको लागि विद्युत व्यापारको लागि पनि कमिटी बनाएको छ भन्ने सुनेका छौँ, तर विद्युत व्यापारको लागि पनि अगाडि बढाउनु पर्यो र आरसीओडीको पनि कमिटी बनाएको छ भन्ने सुनेको 3-4 महिना भइसक्यो। अब यो कमिटी मात्रै नपर्खेर माननीय मन्त्रीजीले यसलाई बोर्डमा राखेर सचिवज्यू पनि हुनुहुन्छ, विद्युत प्राधिकरणका प्रबन्ध निर्देशकज्यू पनि हुनुहुन्छ, सबैले पोजिटिभ छ यो गर्नुपर्छ भन्नुहुन्छ, तर कहिले पनि भएन। त्यसकारणले गर्दा माननीय मन्त्रीज्यूले आज यसलाई घोषणा गर्नुहुन्छ भन्ने पनि मलाई आशा गरेको छु।
Energy producers also urged government officials to approve more power purchase agreements and to avoid imposing overly complex conditions. IPAN President Ganesh Karke highlighted the need for a more investor-friendly environment and called for power producers to be allowed to participate in transmission line development. Producers believe this issue should be addressed through the proposed electricity bill, which is currently under review. Now, moving on, in Darchula's Dumling area, a man has gone missing after falling into the Mahakali River while using a traditional cable crossing. According to the District Police Office, 28-year-old Narayan Burathoki of Bias Rural Municipality 2 fell into the river around noon while attempting to cross to the Indian market. Darchula Police Chief DSP Prakash Dahal confirmed that the cable snapped during the crossing. Search efforts are currently underway involving the Nepal Police, Armed Police Force and local residents. All police units located downstream from Dumling have been mobilized to assist in the search. It is time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's today's question. What actions are needed to end the deadly practice of Chaupadi in the far west province, where 20 women have died since 2063 BS? Your options are A. Stricter law enforcement, B. Public awareness, C. Dismantle all menstruation huts, or D. No comment. Visit www.kantipurtv.com or www.ekantipur.com to share your opinion with us. Welcome back. On one side lie residential homes, on the other farmlands, and in between the wide and powerful Rapti River. During the monsoon, this river swells dangerously, and for farmers, small wooden boats remain the only way to cross. To survive, they must eat, and to eat, they must grow food. But how? When reaching the fields itself is a life-threatening journey. Residents of these rural municipalities in Baki regularly risk their lives carrying rice seedlings across the flooded river by boat. Yet, the tragedy lies in the fact that despite these ongoing risks, authorities have shown little concern for ensuring the safety of these riverbank communities.
Each monsoon, farmers from villages like Aprila in Baki cross the swollen Rapti River to reach the western agricultural plains of Chauferi, carrying bundles of rice seedlings on their heads. Small wooden boats used for crossing have capsized during sudden surges in the river. When the floodwaters rise in repeated waves, passengers barely manage to survive. There is no other route to the fields. Without planting, there is no food. For many, risking their lives has become part of farming. Farmers typically give the boat owners around 40 kilograms of rice and an equal amount of wheat annually in exchange for transport. For those harvesting just a few quintals each season, this is the only way to access their farmland.
अब जैसे बढ़ियाएगा जाए थे ऊपर उतर जा बढ़ियाएगा तब जाना वही पार परी लौट ना आवे जब बाढ़ टूटे तब उतर पाई
बिहार हो देखो लिए जाते हैं इनके बच्चे भी हैं ये माता बहना लोग ये जाते हैं खेत बैठावे बहुत जने अपने खेत बैठावे जाते हैं बहुत जने ये मजदूरी पर जाते हैं अब ये खेत बैठावे तो जाते हैं और नदी में अगर बाढ़ हो जाए या कोनो गारंटी नहीं है कि नाव वह पार जाई कि न जाई बिचन में रह जाए खतरा हो जाए.
There are 3 key river crossings in the area, Aprila, Satighat and Balpurva, where small boats are used throughout the monsoon. Every year, the sudden rise in water levels and powerful currents make navigation extremely dangerous. Young boatmen say they often fear for their lives while steering through the flood.
मरेको मान्छे बचेको मै नदीमा नाउ पल्टिँदैन जस्तो लहरा मार्छ नि समुद्रको त्यस्तै लहरा बाढीमा मार्छ डुङ्गा हलाउँछ पल्टिहाल्छ पल्टुनु डर हुन्छ के सपोज त्यो के भन्छन् सेफ्टी पनि हुनु आफूसँग जति सक्ने नत्र बगेर जाने.
Some boat operators have been working at these crossings for over a decade. On the Nepali month of Ashar, during one such rescue, an experienced boatman lost the very vessel he had been using for years when it was swept away while saving 8 stranded villagers.
आज 3 दिन भएको थियो जोखिममा परिगएको थियौं न के ज्याकेट साकेट केही थिएन 8 जना परेका थियौं जोखिममा.
Locals still recall the devastating flood in the Nepali year of 2044 when nearly 100 people were killed after boats capsized at this same location. Only 2 boatmen survived. Since then, residents have continued to demand the construction of a bridge to ensure safe and reliable passage.
फरिंदा केर पिपराहवा केर देवपुरा केर झगड़िया केर इमा 100 आदमी 150-200 आदमी रहे तिमा 100 आदमी खत्म हो गए
पूरे जान से.
हाँ पूरे जान से खत्म हो गए. एक घर के 4-5 6 आदमी खत्म हो गए.
हमसे नदी बाढ़ रहा है जावा जात रहा हुई पारी में घर का ना एकदम डूबे लाग है तो हमसे बहुत मुश्किल से बचागा. यहाँ तो एकदम यहाँ पुल के जरूरी है सर
कि बाढ़ ही आ जाता है तो बहुत खतरा रहता है. यहाँ पे बहुत जरूरी से पुल होना चाहिए.
Crossing the Rapti River in small boats during peak monsoon is a high-risk journey. Without a secure transportation alternative, threat of fatal accidents remains a constant reality for these farming communities. A report by Jay Pandey for Kantipur News.
The western main canal of the Sikta irrigation project has a design capacity of 50 cusecs per second. However, from the main barrage, only around 5.5 cusecs of water is currently flowing into the western canal. This limited flow reaches up to the Sidania branch canal, located 31 kilometers downstream. Beyond Sidania, farmers in the western command area are still waiting for water to reach their fields. So far, no irrigation has been possible in the far western sections of the project.
Less than 3 cusecs of water has reached the Dudua branch canal, located around 4 kilometers west of Sidania branch. Although technicians at the control center claim that water has been released as per farmers' demand, local farmers say the supply remains far below what is needed. The demand for irrigation in the Dudua and Guruwagawa branch canals under the western main canal is high, with large stretches of farmland depending on the flow. However, the limited water released fails to move westward from the crossing that links the Dudua branch to the main canal. The reason is the absence of a siphon system which is required to carry water across this point.
फाइदा भइराछ सर हजुर रोप्नु पाएदेखि पानी आइराछ पुलोबाट पानी आएर त्यति सुविधा भइराछ
धान रोप्न पाइयो मकै रोप्न पाइयो सागसब्जी रोप्न पाइयो धेरै फाइदा
जब दुआ भन्ने ठाउँ नि रे नहर छ ठुलो नहरले यहाँ सानो नहरलाई खोल्छ अनि सानो नहरबाट फेरि पानी आउँछ उ तलसम्म पानी पुग्दैन हामीहरुको बिउहरु पनि कुइराछ अनि त्यहाँतिरको किसानहरुले ठुलो पानी छोड्न दिन्न.
Clearing this obstruction and operating the canal up to Mankola as per capacity will take at least 3 more years. The Sikta irrigation project has signed a contract worth 1.38 billion Nepali rupees with High Himalayan Ramechhap Sherpa JV to construct the siphon after the monsoon season. Under the plan, a 300-meter link canal will be constructed to provide irrigation to 18,000 hectares of land in the Dudua branch area and 7,081 hectares in the Guruwagawa branch.
किसानले चाहिँ निवेदन बुझाउनु पर्ने हुन्छ हाम्रो अफिसमा सिटा सिँचाइमा अनि त्यसपछि उहाँहरुको माग चाहिँ के कति पानी चाहिन्छ त्यो अनुसारले चाहिँ हामी छोड्ने गरेका छौं अनि बन्द गर्नु पर्दा फेरि उहाँहरुकै आवश्यक छैन भन्ने चाहिँ उहाँले फोन गर्दिनुहुन्छ त्यो अनुसारले चाहिँ हामी अहिले बन्द गरेका छौं.
दुडुवा नहरको चाहिँ आधुनिकीकरण गर्ने पुनर्स्थापन गर्ने भनेर हामी अहिले यसमा लागिरहेका छौं. यसको लागि टेन्डर स्वीकृत भएर ठेक्का सम्झौता भएर काम नै सुरु हुने अवस्थामा छ.
The old Dudua Canal had a carrying capacity of just 3 cusecs. Under the new plan, this will be increased to 18 cusecs. Around 17,000 hectares of farmland in western Dudua is still waiting for irrigation. In this situation, it is necessary to complete the construction and make the canal functional as early as possible to meet irrigation needs on time. A report by Jay Pandey for Kantipur News.
Sports News.
Welcome back. Nepal is set to face Sri Lanka in the SAF Under-20 Championship this evening. The match to be held at the Basundhara Kings Arena in Dhaka is scheduled to kick off at 7:15 p.m. Nepali time. Nepal, who started the tournament with a win, suffered a 3-2 defeat against Bangladesh in their second match. As a result, Nepal is now under pressure to win all remaining matches. Although the team traveled to Bangladesh with the aim of winning the title, they failed to put on a strong performance against the home side. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Our colleague Pushpa Kesi will join you at 7 p.m. with more stories in Nepali. Bye for now.